What's up, everyone? I'm Tennessee Church Fafford, and welcome to this week's edition of Curse of the Naxxramas, the Plague Quarter Heroic walkthrough. So basically, what I've done is I've gone up against these decks in normal mode, and then I built, based on what the normal mode people have played, I built decks to beat them in heroic mode, knowing what cards they've played, things like that, what decks would be the better. So control, just like a normal tempo deck or an aggro deck. And for this dude, his new passive, it used to be create a 1/1 skeleton when an enemy minion dies, which is one of my minions, but now it's a 5/5. So any type of aggro deck, I would really strongly I'd strongly recommend I'd strongly advise you not to use, because every time one of your minions dies, which of course in Zoo that happens all the time, he gets a 5/5 skeleton, and then he'll probably kill your one minion, and then it's just a cycle that you can't stop. So any type of Zoo or any rush deck, please don't use against this guy. This guy is built to be beaten by a control deck. So I will go ahead and use my Mage Control, basically one of my favorite decks. I never lose with this, even against decks that can counter this, which is like a hardcore rush. So I'd recommend Warrior Control, anything with an Naxxramas. If you don't have Naxxramas, you're just gonna have to basically play a normal deck of stalling. So Priest, Control Priest can work, Control Paladin, and Control Warrior. So I'd recommend using all those decks, but for this episode I'm going to be doing my Mage. So this is my Mage Freeze, customed by me. Noth the Plaguebringer.
You asked for it.
Alright, this is actually a strong hand. This is what I'm looking for. You want a lot of freeze, stalling, you want a Naxxramas, you want a Giants, but I have Drake, so this should be alright. We'll see what he plays out first. He's probably going to play that one card that... Okay, never mind. He plays the Death Rattle, put a secret from his deck into play. So we'll see what that is. We're obviously going to ping it. Get rid of that. So we're looking for Naxxramas on top of all this freeze. Let's just hope he's not on the bottom of my deck. Keep collecting cards for that Drake. Play the Drake now, might as well. Okay, well I have no weapons, so that card's kinda just like whatever to me. And there's Straza, so here we go. So let's start, let's not start doing the damage. Hold on. So here's where we want to establish a good board. So 6. So do we want to freeze? No, we don't want to freeze this turn. So let's get rid of some stuff. So 4. The Drake. Get to force 4/4. The 7 HPs. Alright. Just like I hoped. There we go. Now we can actually, I think this calls for the flame strike. No, it doesn't. It calls for the blizzard. Because we can ping after or on our next turn. Or I think we Frost Nova. Frost Nova, ping, and play this. You better not have Mortal Coil. Yeah, I know he has Mortal Coil, but I'm gonna hope he won't play it against that thing. He probably will. It's fine though. Shit, I'm gonna have to get through that. It's alright.
Rise and fight once more! Breathe no more.
And so, I didn't mention the board clear that they had. I think I might have mentioned it earlier, but they have a plague called Destroy All That, so you gotta be careful when you're playing your creatures on your freeze decks, your freeze mages with giants, or any decks with giants. So like any type of control you want to be playing, you gotta be really careful on that. This game should be fairly easy if I can draw into Pyroblast or into my second Fireball of the game. It should be pretty simple to win. Or just win this turn. So yeah, there's the win, and I drew into my Fireball. So for this guy, you might need to play him a couple times. I had to play him twice, just because you can't really, I don't know, sometimes you know, you get the cards and you don't get the cards for Freeze Mage, and this guy, he's actually pretty overpowered for the most part, unless I didn't really think this through. But for me, again, Control Mage is the way to go, or anything with like giants, board clear, anything like that. But the thing is, like, just because of his passive, it's so overpowered, you don't want to be playing minions because you're creating 5/5s. You have to be really careful with that guy. He'll probably be the hardest one out of all three of these guys. So yeah, I guess that's the part one of the Plague quarter for the heroic. Defeated Noth. And if you guys like that video, tell me what you think if you want to comment below. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode where I will be facing this dude. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a like on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch, church_. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, part 2.